Welcome back to Fleek Verse. The future is knocking, and it is loud. 2026 is shaping up to be a massive year for cinema, packed with long-awaited sequels, legendary director returns, and sci-fi epics that promise to melt your face off. If you thought 2025 was big, you haven't seen anything yet. We have the top 10 movies taking over 2026. Let's get into the hype list. Starting off our list at number 10, we have the Steven Spielberg UFO event, Disclosure Day.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today's...
After decades of making us look at the stars with wonder, Spielberg is back to make us fear them again. Starring Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor, the story centers on a global event where the existence of extraterrestrial life is finally, undeniably revealed to the public. This isn't E.T. Phone Home. This is a tense, grounded thriller about how humanity reacts when the truth finally drops. With Spielberg directing a script by David Koepp, the vibe is pure, classic blockbuster tension. It is scheduled to hit theaters in June 2026.
It belongs to 7 billion people. People keep wondering.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
Yet save it only for us.
Next up at number 9 is Shelter.
Mason isn't just an assassin. He's a precision instrument.
Jason Statham kicks off the year with this gritty action thriller directed by Rick Roman Waugh. Statham plays a recluse living on a remote island who rescues a young girl from a deadly storm, only to find that she brings a wave of specialized assassins with her. He has to dust off his lethal skills to protect her from the shadows of his past. With a cast that includes Bill Nighy and Naomi Ackie, this looks like The Equalizer meets The Perfect Storm. It hits theaters January 30th, 2026. At number 8, we have Christopher Nolan's massive epic, The Odyssey. Nolan takes on Homer's ancient Greek myth, starring Matt Damon as Odysseus and Tom Holland as his son. This is a 10-year journey home after the Trojan War, shot entirely on IMAX cameras. This is sword and sandal action with Nolan's time-bending psychological edge. Expect practical effects, massive battles, and a mind-twisting narrative structure. It's arguably the most ambitious film of the year. It hits theaters July 2026. Taking the 7th spot is Mercy.
You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife. If you are innocent, prove it.
Chris Pratt goes dark in this sci-fi thriller directed by Timur Bekmambetov. Set in a near future where capital crime is judged by AI, Pratt plays a detective accused of a violent crime. He has to prove his innocence to a machine judge, played by Rebecca Ferguson. The concept is terrifyingly relevant. It's Minority Report meets 12 Angry Men, but with more explosions. Seeing Pratt in a serious, desperate role against Ferguson's cold logic is going to be a treat. It releases January 23rd, 2026.
They think that I killed my wife, or were you just programmed wrong? This was never about my wife.
Get me out of here!
The 6th spot goes to Greenland 2, Migration.
Space Agency is tracking the fragment. They're predicting an extinction level event.
It's too dangerous outside.
Be advised, we've got a radiation storm north of your location.
Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin return in this sequel to the surprise hit survival thriller. After surviving the comet in the first film, the Garrity family must leave the safety of their bunker and traverse a frozen, shattered Europe to find a new home. The first movie was praised for being a disaster movie with a heart. This one looks to double down on the emotional survival stakes while showing us what the world looks like after the apocalypse. It arrives in theaters January 9th, 2026.
I'll take care of you both till my last breath.
We're gonna keep going.
At number 5, we have Mortal Kombat 2.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans.
Where the hell am I?
It's a fighting tournament.
The tournament officially begins. Carl Urban joins the cast as the fan favorite Johnny Cage, alongside the returning Louis Tan and the rest of the Earth Realm fighters. The 2021 movie set the stage, but this sequel promises to deliver the actual tournament we missed last time. Expect way more fatalities, crazier gore, and the ego of Johnny Cage bringing some much-needed humor to the bloodbath. It is smashing into theaters in 2026.
I don't have transformer arms or shoot lightning bolts. I'm an actor. Just incredibly handsome.
Number 4 is Scream 7.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector. Oh.
The franchise that refuses to die is back, and so is the Queen herself, Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. After sitting out the last one, Sidney returns to face Ghostface once again, likely to protect her own family this time. With Kevin Williamson, the man who wrote the original, stepping into the director's chair, this feels like a true homecoming for the series. It's going to be meta, it's going to be bloody, and it's going to keep us guessing. It hits theaters February 27th, 2026. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is Project Hail Mary. Based on the novel by Andy Weir, the author of The Martian, this sci-fi adventure stars Ryan Gosling as a teacher-turned-astronaut who wakes up alone on a spaceship. His mission? Save Earth from a sun directed by Lord and Miller. This movie promises to be funny, smart, and visually wild. The chemistry between Gosling and his unusual co-pilot is going to be the heart of the film. If you loved The Martian, this is your next obsession. It launches March 20th, 2026.
I'm several light years from my apartment, and I'm not an astronaut.
At number 2, we have The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. We are going back to Panem, but this time we are watching the games that broke Haymitch Abernathy. This prequel tells the story of the 50th Hunger Games, the Second Quarter Quell. We finally get to see how a young Haymitch outsmarted the Capitol and the tragic cost of his victory. It's a darker, character-driven tragedy that expands the lore in a major way. May the odds be in its favor when it releases November 20th, 2026. And finally, taking the number 1 spot is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well.
The new DC Universe officially takes flight. Millie Alcock stars as Kara Zor-El in a space opera that is described as true grit in the stars. Unlike Superman, who was raised with love on Earth, this Supergirl watched her world die and survived on a floating rock for years. This isn't just a superhero movie, it's a hard-edged sci-fi fantasy. With stunning visuals and a much grittier take on the character, this is the movie that could define the new era of DC. It lands in theaters June 26th, 2026, and that wraps up our 2026 hype list. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Which of these movies are you buying a ticket for on day 1? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, make sure to like, share it with your movie buddies, and subscribe to Fleek Verse so you don't miss the next drop. Catch you in the next one.